Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Noise and welcome back to Sky Factory 3. In the last episode, what were we doing actually? We did some stuff with dimensions. I remember that. We managed to find a really cool dimension. Actually had some stuff to it. We were doing some achievements with, let's see, we had automated the nether, or not nether, the wither. And what were we doing? Oh right, we made a dragon dimlet. That's right. That isn't still in here, is it? No, right there. Dragons. Cool. So yeah, we made a dragon dimlet. That was cool. And yeah, so I had talked about last episode, considering making the second floor of this building. As you can see, I haven't. I have a good reason. I have a good reason for not doing that. But I've been collecting a bunch of tier 2 Infernium seeds because you need those for the seed reprocessors, and we're going to make a lot of those because, well, that's not going to keep up. And speaking of things not keeping up, so I've been cleaning out all of my chicken stuff, and this guy needs to go faster. I've been dumping in a bunch of eggs and all that kind of stuff, and it fills up, and that's not good. So we're going to want to fix that. So today what we're going to do is a handful of just random odds and ends. What tier are you? You're only a tier 3. We could probably boost you up to tier 4 if we wanted to. But we're going to do a handful of odds and ends. Start getting some auto crafting going for extreme reactors, excuse me. It's called extreme reactors now, not big reactors anymore. And just kind of look at whatever we can find to do. So the first thing we should probably do is get some of these speed upgrades, which requires upgrade bases. So we need some weighted pressure plates. So I don't think I have any of those. I don't have any speed upgrades, so let's just get some gold and get like a stack of those. Why not? We're not going to use a full stack, but we can put that in there. And we have 25 grid power, which is not too bad. But we can always get more. And I was actually just looking at the dragon egg mill, which is a very, very powerful thing. We put the dragon egg on top of it and generates a ton of power. Unfortunately, it's pretty expensive. We do need to get into Britannia stuff. I cleaned up with the chickens right there as well, just FYI. So we have 2. Let's go ahead and make 2 of these speed upgrades. And I'm going to put them in here. So now it's up to 24. And okay, we can go to 16. No. What is using all of the GP? I mean, we're flying with armor. So I'm not entirely sure. What other kind of stuff can we make? So water wheels is usually what I go for. Water mills, whatever they're called. Water mill. These things are really quite good. But we need to make more of them, and stuff like this can go away. We need to just set up some more power, I think, would be good. So let's make like 4 of those. That'll be enough for now. And yeah, if we just put like 1 of these in here. We're using 12 GP, so we probably want more GP. Let's get a handful of the water mills, I guess. So we have most of the stuff for it. We just need some redstone gears. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get 2 more. Let's get 3 more, actually. And we're going to set these up another place. So we just need ender shards. 1 more of those. Oops, wrong thing. Where'd it go? There it is. Alright, so 1. Oh, we don't have any more stone burnt, which stone burnt is made from polished stone And let's go ahead and get this going. And it's not too bad. I don't know why it's like running out. This is draining. It's weird. I don't know how it works, to be honest. But let's go ahead and I guess we'll set up a little bit of a thing. Let's grab some like bricks or something. And we'll set up a little bit of this water stuff up top here. And yeah, so I also have the lightning rod on my inventory because we're going to be using that today. We're going to be finally finishing that quest up. I don't know if we're going to set it up per se. We're just going to kind of... Actually, we'll see. Do we need to set it up? Where is... harness the power of lightning with a lightning rod. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that, I guess. And we'll just set it up here as well. Let's grab a bucket. Or actually, nope, that was fine. Let's grab like a few buckets of water. We can make another water mill. And yeah, we'll get this kind of set up. So it doesn't really matter where it's at. We can actually just put it right underneath here. But if we do something like this and this, and then just kind of encapsulate it a little bit. So we'll have one there. This should work just fine. Let's just make sure that this is in fact all lit up so we don't have to worry about that. F7, it is not. We'll just add some of those right there. Cool. And then we put water basically everywhere. All four corners. And then in the middle should be good. So those are both generating 16. We can go ahead, pick that up. And what I'll probably end up doing actually is let's go ahead and get rid of this completely. Because why not? We'll make sure that this is also well lit. Cool. And this should be better. Let's see. Let's get some more stone burnt. Let's get like... Oh, that's cobblestone. Huh. Let's just get a ton of it. And we'll just have water mills for right now. So we should be able to place this guy right there, producing 16. Perfect. So that tells me we should be able to put some upgrades, and that'll go really, really fast without any issues. Cool. Let's go ahead and make the last water mill that I want. Put all that stuff away. And that will be pretty good for the time being. We don't really need all that much grid power. We have 73. And so what I want to do is let's just go ahead and pick up all these solar panels. And I guess... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That one can't see the sky. And no darkness. Okay, cool. So the resonator should be done. We're going to move this into the house just because it makes sense to be in here a little bit more than anywhere else. Just put it right there. We'll put the speed upgrades. Cool. So minor little thing that I want to do. Now let's go ahead and build this lightning rod. So we have the tier 4, the max tier. We need 13 structure block tier 4s. So structure block tier 4, 13. We're missing wither skeleton skulls. So can we teach the system how to make those? That would be nice. And I guess let's just switch this to wither skeletons. Now, eventually we're going to add more crafting storage in this. The reactors are not actually that bad to make. So let's see, can we get the structure blocks? 13 of these. Certainly can. Hopefully the wither spawns just fine. That looks like it's gonna be a no. Cool. I really should just constantly have the 4. We're totally gonna lose that unless we... There we go. Yeah, this isn't gonna work the way I want it to. I guess let's break this. And for whatever reason, oh, because of where the wither is. Yeah, this isn't gonna work the way I want it to. Oh well, it's not that big of a deal. I'm sure there's ways I could fix that, but the wither seems to want to spawn on this side. I could probably just reverse it, and that would work, but I'll have to think of how I want to fix that. Gosh, how many withers is it wanting to spawn? How many more? We have 4? Oh, wow. It's going to make 8 more of these. Yeah, okay. So... What happens if... Let's put this witherproof glass right here. That did not help. Okay. Yeah, like, unfortunately the way I'm gonna have to fix this is kind of a pain, but whatever. Yeah, I guess let's go ahead and take these. We're gonna stand right here. Nope. Doesn't work. So we can kind of babysit this for now. And if I could like push this guy, which we can't, it could be easier, but whatever. Anyway, so we'll just let it get through all of these. And we'll get the lightning rods. So let's get rid of this. We don't need the speed upgrade anymore. So the next thing I want to do brings me back to this farm. So like I said, we want to do a second floor. I was trying to decide what type of things I want and what kind of blocks I want, the color and all that kind of stuff. Well, I decided. But unfortunately, it requires us to have a type of tree that we don't currently have access to. So let's get access to it. It's actually really easy. All we need to do is make a market. But which one is it? It should be this one. So we just need some red wool. And we can make a market. And then we're going to need some emeralds. Not a big deal. And we'll get the tree sapling that I want. So the type of wood that we're going to be using is hopseed. And it's actually pretty cool. You know what? Let's put the market like right here. Brings in a villager from the sky. And we can get hopseed. Is that hopseed that I want? I don't remember. I actually don't remember now. Because I was looking at it and I saw there was a couple. I want something that's very light. I think that's going to go good. I think that's going to go best, rather, with what we have here. We're going to use mostly brown stained bricks for the exterior. So I think something very light will go good with it. An almost white-ish colored. Birch is something I considered, but I don't think birch is going to look as good because it's just not quite light enough. Because this is birch. So we're going to go for something a little bit lighter. And if we look up planks, there is sakura, silverbell, and hopseed. I think we want silverbell, actually. I think that's the one we wanted. Or I wanted, rather. So let's get like 8 silverbell saplings. Now, there is other ways to get these. We can get them from sifting topiary grass as well, but it's a fairly rare chance. Let's also get a little bit of sakura saplings. So I will grow those and all that fun stuff. In fact, let's go ahead and plant a couple. And that villager will probably leave at some point. But yeah, so let's go ahead and plant these trees, both of them, just right over here. And we'll see what they look like, what we want to do with them and whatnot. But by now, we should have what we need for the lightning rod. And I will fix that eventually. It's just kind of trying to figure out what's going to be the best way to fix that. So we should have structure blocks, tier 4 times 13. Then we have 29 and 8. Perfect. So now all we need to do is get the assembler. And what does this actually look like? I don't know. I'm going to guess that the lightning rod itself is on like the bottom. So let's just put this like right here. And cool. This actually looks really cool. Is it done? I do believe it is. So I think right here is the... Nope. Let's turn our magnet on, just so we don't lose anything. So there is the controller. Multi-block assembly completed. Perfect. So let's place that right back. And I guess let's just find some place like here. And let's plug it in. So we should probably put some torches up here. And this is the lightning rod. So I don't know how often it's going to work. I don't know how effective it is, but we made it. So that's really all that matters. Lightning rod. Cool. So with that taken care of, let's get power to it through some energy conduits. And yeah, we'll go from there. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to start working on automating all of the reactor stuff. And we're not going to build a reactor today. Mostly because we need some more space in order to do that. And I haven't really built anything more, obviously. So the reactor will go down below, probably. Actually, no, the reactor will probably go this way. Because it's usually pretty large. I think down below we'll have our setup for this. Which there's still some things we need to do with that as well. But, you know, let's grab some bone meal and grow these 2 trees to see which kind I want. Let's see, bone meal and Sakura silver bough. So let's just chop those both down. Cool. Do we have everything? Awesome. We have Sakura planks and we have silver bell. So which ones do we like better? Sakura are not bad. I think I like the silver bell a little bit better. So that's the type we're going to use. Let's just see what it looks like with this. And it's going to just be like a platform inside. I am picking up all the things. Alright, so let's turn our magnet off. Let's dump these in here. And cool. So let's get stuff set up so that we can eventually... we'll put the skillet away. So we can eventually get access to big reactors, or extreme reactors, apologies. And so the first thing we're going to need is we're going to need a bunch of reactor casings. Now this should be fairly easy crafts, to be honest. But we are going to need a new crafter, or like 10. It'll get to work on that. But in the meantime, we're also going to need some patterns. Let's get like 30 of those. A lot of resources are coming in, so like make all this stuff is really cheap. So we have casing core. We're going to need those. We're going to need the actual casings. And we're going to need the Lorium fuel rods, as well as the control rods. Now everything else we can kind of make as needed. So access ports, coolant ports, the controller, that is all going to be kind of whenever we need it, we'll make it. So do we have a single crafter? Nope, not yet. So let's go ahead and put one of these guys in there, I guess. Let's do that one. And I do wish that this version of Refined Storage had some sort of interface so that we could see all the stuff, but currently doesn't. Is a shame, but whatever. And a lot of this stuff is actually not going to be too bad to get our hands on. So yeah, we should be able to do that, no problem. Now the last thing I do want to do today is I want to get the farming station. So while we're waiting for the crafters, let's go ahead and get the farming station. I don't think we have one. No. So we have a farming station. We should be able to make this pretty easily. We just need a machine chassis. Easy enough. We're going to need a diamond hoe. Easy enough. 2 pulsating crystals. Which we can get crafted. And then a Z-Logic controller, which requires some silicon, solarium, 2 silicons, 2 solariums, redstone, and a zombie skull. And we have plenty of all of that. So we just go over here to the slice and splice. At some point, we'll probably automate some of this stuff as well. And then we're also going to need an octadic capacitor, which I don't think we have one yet. Nope, we can craft them. Never mind. Cool. So we need that. We need this. And we can make the farming station, no problem. So with that taken care of, do we have any matics? I want to see if this will work, because we can do something really cool if it will. Do we have any crafters yet? We have all of the crafters. Awesome. So we're going to place the crafters 4, 5, 6. Like so. And just start filling these guys up as well. Perfect. So now we can make the big reactor stuff. Like I said, we're not going to worry about that today until we can actually get all the stuff we need. There's one other thing I want to go ahead and make, and that is we don't need the farming station up there anymore. We want the fluid storage cells. Let's get the... Can we make any sort of fluid cells? No. Alright, so we want the biggest ones. So we're going to want that all the way up to the top tier. And do we know how to make buckets? No. So that would probably be smart to teach. And then, is there anything else that stands out? Silicon, quartz enriched? No. Glass, we know how to make. And then all we have to do is this. Dump these all in there. And now we should be able to make the fluid. Let's make 10 of those. Fairly expensive, but that's fine. Because we're going to start storing a lot of fluid into the interface. Not only creosote oil, but like whatever we can find, really. Water, lava, any liquids that are important. So we have the farming station. We're going to want a flux point. That will be fine. We're also going to need to transfer items back in. So do we have any sort of like tesseract? I know there's an interdimensional, what is it called? Oh, there's a receiver. Where is it? Maybe it is gone. It used to be in Ender.io. Maybe it's not there anymore. No, right there it is. Dimensional transceiver. There we go. We could probably make one of those, but I never liked using those. They're kind of a pain, in my opinion. How are we doing on this? So it's probably waiting on the flux because it has to smelt that up. Unfortunately, this is just not that fast. And I'll have to make sure this knows about all this stuff. Anyways, we'll worry about the power later. So what we can do is we can just set up a farming station. For the time being, just to do a little quick test, if we place this here, we can put a capacitor in there, we can see the range, and it's fairly large. We're going to have 20 different crops growing on this. Can we put the matic in there? So presumably we can put matics in there, which would be really nice because it will grow things. So real quick, let's go ahead and place this right here. Nope, it won't work there. Obviously, it's going to run out of power pretty much instantly. But is it going to harvest things? It is, and it uses durability. So what that tells me is we're going to pick this guy up for now. We can use a unbreaking matic. So we just need to make something that is unbreakable. Now, what does that entail? Well, if we look at tinkers, so we can make reinforcements. Reinforcements are what we're gonna want. We're gonna want we have 1. We're gonna need like 5 of these, I think. Gold. Let's just go ahead and cast out a bunch of gold into just casts. And that will work for that part. Then we just need to make a matic that has enough writable. Let's see, we're gonna want like tool rod. We're gonna want things that give us very, very specific traits, and the main one that we want is writable. So paper is going to be good, and I think that's what we want. Now there's other ways to like get more stuff, but let's start with paper. We don't have that much paper. Let's get like 2 stacks. Nope. Let's get like a stack. Nope. Let's get like 20. Nope. Why do we not have like any sugarcane? Can we make sugarcane from nature essence? We can. Cool. Okay, so there's a stack of paper. Let's make some paper tool rods. And let's see, part builder, sword blade, tool rod. So there's paper. It's going to need a binder as well. Let's grab some obsidian for the other parts. And you know what? Let's actually grab our Tinker's book. Because I don't remember quite how to make... we've made an unbreakable Tinker's tool before. Because I think our pickaxe is unbreakable. Yes. So we can always change out parts if need be. Let's make sure that this does require... Oh, it does not require a binder. So let's grab a shovel and an axe. And we're going to make just a paper matic. And we're going to add the reinforced. So if we can get 5 of those, which this has 5 modifiers, it should be unbreakable. Now here's the cool thing. It doesn't really matter. See, I used to. That should be enough. It doesn't really matter what kind of materials we use. It's not going to affect the machine all that much. Because the machine's going to work exactly how it does regardless. It doesn't really care. So there is 4. Is that enough? And let's grab our paper. And this should make it unbreakable. Perfect. And then what we can do is, if we want to, we can switch the the tool parts, but it is unbreakable, and that's really all that matters. So we have an unbreakable tool with the farming station, so we should be able to easily make the max size farm. So the only thing left to do with that is to decide what exactly do we want to use in terms of crops. And so that is where we're going to kind of leave off for today. I am going to figure out a couple of things. One, I want to work on just kind of figure out what crops we want to grow. Wheat, probably not sugarcane. Sugarcane will probably do in one of these. But anything like just any kind of crops that we want. Just kind of figure out what we'll want to end up having. Carrots, potatoes, rice. Who knows? We'll figure stuff out on that. And some of it's just not going to be useful. Some of it's not going to be that important, to be honest. But that's less important than just trying to find what all we're going to want to have. I am going to also build up an area. I'm going to kind of decide where I want to have the reactor. Figure out what the max size of it is and start building it. But next time what we're probably going to end up doing is I would like to... I almost want to say let's try to finish off a little bit more of like Britannia or work more with blood magic. Both of those would probably be good ideas. And just kind of figure out what's going to be the best course of action for all the stuff. So this series is always hard for me to record just because I never know what it is I end up wanting to do. And so I'm going to have to figure out what to do, and we'll decide stuff and hopefully get some good stuff done. We might even work with more draconic evolution. That could be nice. But there's just a lot of things to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Didn't really have a clear plan, but we got a good bit of stuff done. I'm going to continue cleaning up the chickens and work on this building a little bit, and we'll go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!